When we talk about attraction, there's so much more happening in the mind than what meets the eye. Men, like women, are wired to notice certain details, but many of these observations happen unconsciously. These are not just about superficial appearances, they are tied deeply to biology, psychology, and social conditioning. Understanding these subtle cues can give insight into the dynamics of attraction and communication between genders. The first thing that often catches attention is posture. The way someone carries themselves can say so much without a word being spoken. A confident stance, shoulders back, the way a person walks into a room, these are all signals that register immediately, often subconsciously. It's not about arrogance, it's about how a person commands space, how they move with a sense of self. Posture communicates energy, vitality, and self-respect, which are inherently attractive traits. Next, eyes and the way someone looks. Eyes are far more than just visual tools. They are windows into emotion. Men subconsciously notice not only the shape and color of the eyes, but also the expressiveness in them. Whether someone makes eye contact or occasionally looks away can reveal confidence, playfulness, curiosity, or even vulnerability. These are cues that speak louder than words. Subtle glances, a soft gaze, or the way a person lights up when noticing something interesting can be incredibly magnetic. Hair is another detail that doesn't just enhance appearance but signals personal care and lifestyle. The way someone styles their hair, the shine, the texture, even how it moves with the body, these factors register subconsciously. Men are attuned to movement and flow, so even small gestures like tucking hair behind the ear or brushing it back can capture attention. Hair often frames the face and enhances facial expressions, amplifying natural attractiveness. Smiles and micro-expressions are huge, and this is where psychology plays a significant role. A genuine smile, one that reaches the eyes, can immediately draw attention. Men notice when someone's facial expressions are authentic versus forced because the subconscious can detect emotion almost instantly. These micro-expressions, even brief ones, communicate warmth, openness, and approachability. They're cues that help the brain assess trustworthiness and emotional availability, whether consciously realized or not. The way someone dresses and the style choices they make are also closely observed. This isn't about following trends. It's about the subtle signals clothing sends. Colors, fit, and even patterns can convey confidence, creativity, and personality. Men often notice how clothing complements body language, the way someone moves in certain fabrics, and how style choices reflect individuality. Even small details like accessories or the way shoes are worn can leave a lasting impression. Hands and gestures are another subtle but powerful aspect. The way someone uses their hands while talking, eating, or simply resting can communicate energy, grace, or nervousness. Men subconsciously notice hand movements because gestures are extensions of personality. For example, relaxed hands often signal comfort and confidence, while fidgeting or tense hands can indicate stress or self-consciousness. Even the way someone touches their hair, face, or objects around them carries silent cues that are picked up without effort. Fragrance, though not visual, plays a crucial role in attraction and observation. Men are often subconsciously influenced by scent because it connects directly to memory and emotion. Even subtle, natural scents, combined with perfume or personal hygiene, can create an impression that lingers. The subconscious mind registers these details, creating emotional and physical responses even before a conversation starts. Voice and speech patterns also draw attention in ways that are often overlooked. The tone, pitch, rhythm, and even pauses can convey confidence, warmth, and intelligence. Men subconsciously notice how expressive someone's voice is, how it rises or softens in conversation, and how it complements personality. The rhythm of speech can be as captivating as appearance because it signals emotional intelligence and social awareness. Another area of attention is body movement and energy. This isn't just about walking or posture. It's the small gestures, the fluidity, and the confidence in motion. Men often notice how someone shifts weight, how they sit or stand, or how they gesture while talking. These details convey vitality, awareness, and presence. Energy, in essence, is magnetic, and men subconsciously register whether someone has a lively, relaxed, or tense energy in different situations. Finally, emotional expression and authenticity play a huge role. Beyond the surface, men notice emotional availability, how someone reacts in small moments, expresses joy, frustration, curiosity, or empathy. Emotional transparency, even in minor ways, signals depth and human connection. Men subconsciously observe these cues because they provide insight into personality, compatibility, and relational dynamics. Authenticity can be more compelling than any outward appearance, creating a resonance that lasts far beyond first impressions. All of these aspects, posture, eyes, hair, smile, style, hands, scent, voice, movement, and emotional expression, create a subtle but powerful map of attraction. Men notice these things instinctively, sometimes without realizing, because human brains are wired to pick up on signals related to vitality, health, and social compatibility. What may seem small or insignificant on the surface often communicates volumes beneath it. What makes this fascinating is that these observations are rarely about judgment. They are about pattern recognition, instinct, and subconscious evaluation. By understanding what men notice, we can better understand social dynamics and human connection. The psychology behind attention reveals more about innate preferences and emotional wiring than superficial attraction. Each of these points also emphasizes the importance of authenticity. The things that catch attention most are not fabricated or exaggerated. They are natural, subtle expressions of personality, confidence, and vitality. When someone embraces who they are, these details become amplified in ways that feel effortless and magnetic. Recognizing these elements allows for a deeper understanding of interpersonal perception, attraction, and communication. It shows that attraction is multidimensional, involving far more than appearance. It includes energy, confidence, subtle expression, and emotional resonance. Awareness of these cues can enhance self-expression and deepen connections in both personal and social spheres. And when we go deeper into this conversation, we begin to understand that observation is not always about desire. Sometimes it is about decoding. The male brain is highly visual, yes, but more than that, it is pattern-oriented. It scans, it measures, it compares, it interprets. And many of these interpretations happen in milliseconds. Before a word is spoken, before a conversation begins, an entire silent assessment has already taken place, not to judge, but to understand. The collarbone and neckline, for example, are often subtly noticed, not in a loud or disrespectful way, but because this area signals femininity and softness. The way jewelry rests on the skin, the way light reflects off the collarbone when someone turns slightly, these tiny movements create visual interest. Men are drawn to contrast, strength and softness, structure and fluidity. The neckline area represents delicacy, vulnerability, and grace, and the subconscious mind responds to that balance. Then there is the waist to hip ratio, something rooted deeply in evolutionary psychology. This isn't about size, it's about proportion. The human brain has been wired over thousands of years to recognize certain proportions as signs of health and fertility. Even when modern society evolves, biology still whispers quietly in the background. Clothing that subtly defines the waist, the way someone stands with weight shifted slightly to one side. These details highlight natural curves, and the brain registers them instantly. But here's something many people overlook. Men notice how comfortable someone is in their own skin. If there is constant adjusting, pulling at clothes, shrinking the shoulders inward, avoiding space, that energy is noticed too. Confidence is not loud, it is relaxed. It is the ability to exist without apology, and that level of comfort draws attention more than any single physical feature ever could. Lips are another subtle focus point, not just their shape, but the way they move while speaking, the slight pause before a smile forms, the way someone bites their lip when thinking, the softness of expression during laughter. Lips are tied directly to communication and sensuality, so the brain pays attention to them. Even small gestures, applying lip balm, pressing lips together thoughtfully, become part of the silent observation. The neck is also quietly noticed. The tilt of the head while listening, the exposure of the neck when hair is lifted, the way someone turns when their name is called. These movements signal openness and vulnerability. In body language psychology, exposing the neck is a sign of trust and relaxation. So when that happens naturally, without force, it sends a powerful subconscious signal. And let's talk about laughter, real laughter, the kind that cannot be rehearsed. When someone laughs freely, head slightly back, eyes closing for a second, that authenticity becomes magnetic. Men notice how genuine that laughter feels because laughter signals emotional safety. It says, this is a person who experiences joy, and joy is attractive on a level far deeper than appearance. Even the way someone reacts to others in the room gets observed, how they treat waiters, how they respond to interruptions, how they handle small inconveniences. Emotional reactions reveal character, and while physical features may grab initial attention, character holds it. A soft tone during disagreement, a calm response under pressure, a playful response instead of defensiveness. These reactions are watched carefully because they reveal long-term compatibility. Another thing quietly observed is effort, not perfection. Effort, grooming choices, clean nails, skincare, the way clothes are pressed, these details signal self-respect. When someone invests time into their presentation, it communicates standards. And standards are attractive. They imply discipline, awareness, and self-value. The way someone sits is noticed too. Legs crossed confidently versus tightly locked in discomfort. Leaning forward during conversation versus leaning back with disengagement. Body orientation shows interest. The subconscious mind reads these cues immediately. If the body faces towards someone, if shoulders are aligned in attention, it signals curiosity and engagement. And then there's silence. How someone holds silence. Does it feel awkward or calm? Does she fill every gap with nervous chatter? Or is she comfortable allowing a moment to breathe? Silence can either create tension or intimacy. Men notice how someone handles quiet moments because it reveals emotional stability. Even the smallest habits, like how someone checks their phone, are registered. Is there presence in the moment or constant distraction? Presence feels rare in today's world. When someone gives full attention without divided focus, it stands out. And being fully present is more powerful than any physical feature. The rhythm of walking is another subconscious focal point. Quick and purposeful steps signal ambition and direction. Slow and graceful steps signal calm confidence. The sway of movement, the balance, the coordination, these all communicate health and energy levels, and energy is contagious. A vibrant walk can shift the atmosphere of a room without a single word spoken. Men also notice boundaries. This may surprise many. The ability to say no calmly, the ability to hold eye contact without over-explaining, the ability to smile without inviting disrespect. Boundaries are attractive because they signal self-worth. When someone carries invisible lines around them, not walls, but standards, it creates intrigue. And perhaps most importantly, emotional consistency is observed. Does mood swing drastically, or is there steady composure? Stability creates security, and security allows attraction to deepen. If reactions are unpredictable or chaotic, the brain registers uncertainty. But when someone responds with measured calmness, even in excitement, that balance becomes magnetic. Another subtle detail, curiosity. When someone asks thoughtful questions, listens actively, and remembers small details from previous conversations, it signals emotional intelligence. Men notice when someone pays attention because attention is investment, and investment creates value. Then there is playfulness. The light teasing, the half smile, the sparkle in the eyes during a witty comment. Playfulness reduces pressure. It creates chemistry without effort. The brain releases dopamine in playful exchanges, and that feeling becomes associated with the person creating it. So yes, even that tiny playful smirk does not go unnoticed. And beyond all of this lies aura, that intangible presence. Some people walk into a room and shift the energy without speaking. It's not about beauty standards. It's about alignment, when inner confidence matches outer expression, when there is no performance, when someone simply is. What makes this topic powerful is not the list itself, but the awareness. Because once someone understands what is silently observed, they realize attraction is not built on exaggeration. It is built on subtlety, on details, on energy, on authenticity. Men may not consciously say, "I noticed the way she tilted her head," or "I observed her emotional consistency," but their subconscious absolutely registers it. And that subconscious registration shapes interest, curiosity, and connection far more than bold displays ever could. Attraction is layered. It is psychological before it is physical. It is energetic before it is verbal. And when someone masters their presence, not by changing who they are, but by embracing it fully, they control far more than they realize. Because what is secretly stared at is rarely just the surface. It is the story the surface tells. And let's go even deeper, because the surface level observations are only the beginning. What truly holds attention is congruence, when the outer presentation matches the inner emotional state. The human brain is extremely sensitive to inconsistency. If a smile is forced but the eyes look tired, that contradiction is registered. If confidence is projected loudly but insecurity leaks through constant validation seeking, that too is noticed. Authentic alignment, however, creates a sense of ease that draws prolonged attention. Another thing quietly observed is how someone handles admiration. Does she deflect compliments awkwardly? Does she downplay herself? Or does she receive praise with a calm "thank you" and steady eye contact? The ability to accept admiration without shrinking communicates self-worth. And self-worth is magnetic because it signals that approval is appreciated, not desperately needed. The way someone interacts with children or animals is also deeply telling. Gentleness, patience, and warmth activate instinctive responses in the observer. These behaviors suggest nurturing capacity and emotional softness. It's not about motherhood specifically, it's about empathy. The ability to shift tone, soften posture, and express kindness reveals depth of character, and character always outlasts physical attraction. Men also notice ambition, not through loud declarations, but through subtle passion. The way someone talks about goals, the spark in the eyes when discussing a project, the discipline in daily routines. Ambition creates forward momentum, and forward momentum is attractive because it signals growth. No one is drawn to stagnation. Energy that moves towards something meaningful is compelling. Then there is mystery, not secrecy, but layers. Oversharing too quickly removes intrigue, but revealing personality gradually creates curiosity. When someone doesn't immediately explain every thought or emotion, it invites exploration. The mind is naturally drawn to what it does not fully understand. Subtlety sustains interest far longer than instant exposure. Even posture during listening is observed, tilting slightly forward, maintaining soft eye contact, nodding gently. These behaviors signal engagement. They communicate that the conversation matters. In a world filled with distraction, focused attention feels rare and valuable, and value always draws attention. Men also subconsciously register emotional resilience. When something minor goes wrong, a spill, a delay, an awkward moment, how is it handled? With grace and humor, or frustration and tension? Emotional resilience creates a sense of safety. It shows that life's small imperfections will not become dramatic storms. Stability feels secure and security is attractive. Another subtle focal point is fitness and vitality, not extreme athleticism, but general health signals. Clear skin, energetic movement, strong posture. These are biological indicators of well-being. The brain is wired to respond to health cues because they historically signaled survival and longevity. Even breathing patterns and stamina while speaking can unconsciously communicate vitality. And let's not ignore micro moments of vulnerability. A soft confession about a fear, a brief pause before sharing something personal, the slight shift in tone when discussing something meaningful. Vulnerability, when expressed with composure rather than chaos, creates intimacy. It says there is depth here, and depth sustains attention far longer than perfection ever could. The way someone manages disagreement is also carefully observed. Can she express a different opinion calmly? Can she hold her ground without aggression? Assertiveness balanced with femininity is powerful. It shows strength without hostility. The ability to disagree respectfully demonstrates maturity, and maturity builds respect. Men also notice adaptability, the ability to shift energy depending on the environment, playful with friends, composed in professional settings, warm with family. This emotional intelligence reflects awareness and control. Adaptability shows social intelligence, a trait that enhances long-term compatibility. Another quiet detail is gratitude. When someone expresses appreciation genuinely for time, effort, small gestures, it signals humility. Gratitude creates warmth, and warmth makes people feel valued. Feeling valued creates emotional attachment.